Folks on the stage, please start coming up to the stage, please.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning. What a great, great morning. It is a great day to be in the land of enchantment, the borderland, and Las Cruces, New Mexico. My name is John Hummer. Please be seated. Please be seated. Thanks. My name is John Hummer, and it is a distinct honor for me to serve as the Burrell College of Osteopathic Medicine's president. And this day has been something that the entire team has looked forward to and worked very hard to get to. But more importantly, today is the Students' Day. This is the day that you all have been working your entire life to get to this point, and we're going to celebrate that this morning. You know, you saw the videos as you were sitting before we started the program, and hopefully you saw a glimpse for those of you that are traveling, and we know from all over the country, and we know you made a lot of sacrifices to get here today. But what you saw, if this is your first time here, was a glimpse of the rich history, the rich, diverse culture of this region of the country. But the greatest thing about this region is the people that I hope that you're able to meet this weekend while you're here and on your return trips. And also, it's great food in the region, tremendous food. So hopefully you've been able to enjoy that. And it's a place to have a lot of fun too. And the great outdoors, the vistas, the beautiful skies, the mountains. It's just a great part of the country. So we welcome you to this region of our great country. You all look great. Let's give these folks a great. I mean, they look terrific. And let me just say that not only the students, you all have worked so hard to get to this point. We know that your parents, your grandparents, your loved ones, relatives, and your friends have been a part of your journey. So how about you and all of us that are not related to you but are here as part of BCOM and the community, give a big round of applause to your loved ones for all they've done. On behalf of Dan Burrell and his family, they had a family commitment and could not be here today, but he wanted me to express his congratulations. You all will see Dan at the September 9th Community Gala, and he will be here in town, and he looks forward to meeting you all. And again, he expresses his deepest congratulations, and just wanted to mention that on behalf of Dan and his family. What we'd like to do now is start off with some moment of prayer. And on your agenda, we had Father Ray, the pastor of the Newman Center for the university, to be here. But he had a conflict this morning, or he's still trying to find a parking space. So we always have a backup plan. And the person who's going to start the first prayer is one of our associate deans, Oliver Hayes. Dr. Hayes, thank you.
Good morning and welcome. Welcome particularly to our students and family and friends. Would you please bow your head? God, look down on this celebration this morning as we give white coats to each one of our students, and they put on with their white coat 5,000 years of tradition of the healing arts. As they put this coat on, they take on the pledge of service to serve others in your name. Look on their family and friends to support them, and look to our school for success. In God's name, amen.
Our next individual who will offer up an inspirational prayer and message is Lieutenant Governor Michael Montoya, of the Awenge Pueblo, and Justin McCourse I would like Justin to say a little bit about the Native American culture in this region before the prayer, and how important that is to our culture. Justin McCourse is our Chief of Staff, and he is a native of the Zia Pueblo from northern New Mexico. Justin, thank you. Thank you.
Good morning and welcome. In acknowledging our support for diversity and diverse backgrounds, we have invited spiritual leaders from throughout our region to give invocations today. There are 24 American Indian tribal nations located in New Mexico, and many of these tribal nations are in regions where you all can play a role in improving the health of the area. I'm also from Taos Pueblo, and our first spiritual leader from the region is Second Lieutenant Governor Michael Montoya of Okeowinge Pueblo. It is one of the northern pueblos located along the Rio Grande in northern New Mexico. So let's bring up Second Lieutenant Governor Michael Montoya.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, dignitaries, students, parents, grandparents, and family members. I am going to do the invocation in my native tongue, which is Tewa, and then I will translate into English exactly what I'm saying so that we all understand. So, with all due respect, no ho ha in bitonti ho rimpu white oa no ho kai no ho ri di ha kan khema no ha o vehe na mire the bo ha u wing in bi an wambo no ho in tonti ra ho ta kiri ho ving ho heran no et kiri ho vik u motoni no wim ho vikhe ma ve the bake po wambo we vi mani pi no ho kui wa sen wa ho vi ani Heran no we hari ke po no ton sant ari mopi sant ari popi sana map o ha di mo we top impe champe akompe tampe opama kolina so no hori haye pinang konni in the wa ho ho women ni no we ho we mani ta kiri bono ho bi we mani pi no we ho to bin khen hu we no we ho ne ho biton ti ho mo heran no we ho kui wa sen wa ho biani. And I'm going to translate everything I said in English. So, with all due respect to all people of color that are here today and the students, for some reason or another, this has been your calling in life. Maybe when you were born, you did not know what you would be doing in life. You have come to this point. You have worked hard to get to this point. But your journey is not over yet. It is just beginning. This calling was given to you to become healers, to help people of all colors. No matter where you come from, you're here for that one purpose, to heal and help people. No matter the struggles that you've encountered or what tribulations that your parents and your grandparents have gone through, they've brought you to this point. The students that you are going to be studying with, help each others. You're all here for the same cause. When times get hard, when times get rough, look to the heavens. Look to the north, to the west, to the south, to the east, to the heavens. Ask those spirits to help guide you. Turn to one another to help each others. You are all here for the same cause, to help people. You're here for the future of the people. This is your future. Do not dwindle. Do not falter. Help each other's out. No matter what you do, you have been given this calling to help people. And with that, may the spirits bless each and every one of you that have brought you here. So Thank you very much.
Thank you, Second Lieutenant Governor Montoya. I would like now to welcome Imam Nabil El Fala of the Islamic Center of El Paso. Imam.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين سيدنا محمد وآله وصحبه أجمعين. السلام عليكم, صباح الخير, good morning, bonjour, buenos dias, that's it. I will say first in English what I'm gonna recite. And the best thing to offer is one of the chapter in the Quran, and it is the best chapter in the Quran as our Prophet taught us. So, Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen, praise be to Allah, the Lord of mankind, Ar-Rahman, Ar-Rahim, the most gracious, the most merciful, Maliki Yawmiddin, the sustainer of the day of judgment. إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين. We only worship you and we only seek help from you. اهدنا الصراط المستقيم. Guide us, all of us, to the straight path. صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم, the path of the prophets, all the prophets and their true followers. غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين, not those who go astray or those that they know the truth and they reject it. So I will recite this in the Arabic language, which is the word of God, exactly how he sent it to the Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessing be upon him and upon all his brothers, their previous prophets before him. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين. الرحمن الرحيم. مالك يوم الدين. إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين. إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين. اهدنا الصراط المستقيم. اهدنا الصراط المستقيم. صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. آمين. Thank you.
Rabbi Larry Carroll of Temple Bethel sends his blessings today, but for those of you that know the Jewish faith, today is Sabbath, and for that reason he was not able to be here. What you just witnessed is it is the greatest strength of this region, and that is tolerance. Having lived here 17 years, I can honestly look out here and tell everybody that the tolerance level in this region and community is like no other that I've ever experienced. In our family, we've lived all over the country, and you just witnessed that in action here today. And the students, you're going to see that, and I hope that you too will come to appreciate that for a long time to come as members of our region practicing medicine. At this time, we have a terrific group of leaders that are on our Board of Trustees that I would like to introduce them by name and have them stand up to be recognized. The first is one of our clinical affiliates who leads La Clínica de Familia, a very large regional community health center, Susan Martinez de Gonzalez, the CEO. Susan, thanks for having me. Up the highway to Albuquerque, joining us, who is the CEO of Loveless Medical Group and the Chief Medical Officer of the entire Loveless Health System, Dr. John Cruikshank is here. Thank you. One of our clinical and residency development affiliates, the CEO of Mountain View Regional Medical Center, Mr. Denton Park. And another key clinical and residency development partner, Memorial Medical Center, the CEO of MMC, Mr. John Harris. And just across the state line in El Paso, one of our strongest and earliest supporters for clerkships and residencies, the chairman of the board of the Las Palmas del Sol Healthcare System, Mr. Bob Wingo. A member of both our holding company board, which represents the owners, but also a member of our board of trustees, and we are very happy to have him, and you'll hear from him later on in the agenda. And he was born and raised in El Paso, and he is the director of the Rice Management Company, which is the $5.5 billion foundation which they manage for Rice University, Mr. Jaime Aguirre. Sir. Thank you. And last but not least, a long-time community physician who has treated thousands and thousands of citizens in this community, and the son of another osteopathic physician, his father. We're very pleased to have a tremendous physician representative role model for this community. He was the first local physician that we asked his advice about this program, and we're so thankful that he didn't tell us it was a crazy idea, and because it made a big difference. And he's also the athletic team physician for New Mexico State University, Dr. Bill Baker. Thank you all very much for your guidance. Thank you. At this time, it is my honor to invite the gentleman who had the vision of this medical school in the borderland. And without his initiative in putting the wheels in motion, we would not be here today. And please help to welcome the founding dean, the chief academic officer, Dr. George Machescu. Okay.
Thank you. Buenos días, amigos y parientes, madres y padres, hermanos y hermanas, compañeros. Bienvenidos a BICOM. Bienvenidos a Las Cruces. Bienvenidos a nuestra familia. Good morning, friends and relatives, mothers and fathers, brothers, sisters, and our partners. Welcome to BICOM, welcome to Las Cruces, and welcome to our family. Just 3 short years ago, we embarked on an audacious journey, a journey to establish an osteopathic medical school in the borderlands of southern New Mexico, a land that to some people in the ivory towers was somewhere far, far off the edge of the world where you'd be eaten by dragons. You all sitting here today must be figments of my imagination, or maybe you're a mirage in the desert heat, because they said that you don't exist. When we first proposed this project, we asked them, those experts in Baltimore and in New York and in Washington, for their help and advice. Boston, sort of the center of American medical thought sometimes. And do you know what they said from their concrete towers in Boston and Baltimore and New York and Washington? They said that we shouldn't do this. They said that there is nothing in New Mexico. They said it was a waste of resources. They said it was irresponsible to attempt this. But you know what? They were wrong. Because you are here today, partners, compañeros, in our sacred mission to improve the health and lives of the people of New Mexico, Texas, Chihuahua, and the Native nations. You are supported and joined in this mission by Dan Burrell and the Burrell Group, by Jaime Aguirre and the Rice Management Group, by an investment of over $100 million, by a faculty and staff of 75 people, DOs, MDs, PhDs, by over 350 physicians in the region, by over 40 hospitals and clinics, by the leadership and faculty of New Mexico State University, by the people of the Navajo Nation, the Mescalero, Jicarilla, and Hopi nations, by the Okayawinje, Isleta, Zuni, Sandia, Isleta del Sur, Acoma, Laguna, Taos, Jimenez, Nambe, Zia, and all the other pueblos in New Mexico, by the people of Ciudad Juarez and Chihuahua, and by the people of the great states of New Mexico and Texas. What you are doing here is heroic. You have chosen to undertake the ultimate test of intellectual, emotional, and even physical fitness to join the ranks of the physician. A physician is often a person's first contact with the world, and sadly, often their last. Physicians are entrusted with our most precious possessions and our most intimate secrets. Physicians routinely intervene in personal crises, and there will be a day when you will be the one who can, the one who must act instinctively and without hesitation to save a life and prevent a tragedy. And I know that when that moment comes, you will be ready, because I believe in you, because this faculty believes in you, because the American Osteopathic Association believes in you, your friends and your relatives believe in you, the people of this great land, these cities, these nations, these pueblos believe in you, and they will believe in you. And you will show them that there is a wealth of resources, expertise, love, and compassion in New Mexico. You will show them that would have been irresponsible not to build an osteopathic medical school in New Mexico. You will show them that we are becoming the future of medicine, and we will show them that this audacious journey has been para la gente y el futuro, for the people and the future. Viva New Mexico! Viva Chihuahua! Viva! Viva Texas! Viva! Viva BCOM! Viva! Viva nuestra familia! Viva! Thank you. At this time, it's my great honor to introduce to you the immediate past president of the American Osteopathic Association, because this is our family, the osteopathic family, and we welcome you to Nuestra Familia. Thank you.
Thank you very much for the opportunity to join with you on this exciting day. On behalf of the more than 123,000 practicing osteopathic physicians and osteopathic students, I congratulate you and welcome you to the profession. The white coat ceremony is a special occasion in the life of an osteopathic medical student, and this one holds special significance as the inaugural event of the Burrell College of Osteopathic Medicine. For you, the ceremony marks the milestone on your journey to becoming a doctor of osteopathic medicine, a DO. As the immediate past president of the AOA, transforming my role in this past month, I can assure you that I have witnessed this event at many colleges of osteopathic medicine throughout the country, and each one is uniquely significant for the college and for every student in the class. Generations from now, students following in your footsteps will peruse the archives and note the work of members of this class. In that respect, you are setting the standard for generations of future osteopathic medical students to come. And the communities of New Mexico anxiously await the day that your skills and talents will be available to patients across the state and this country, providing compassionate, quality care where it is needed. And in your journey, maintain the pride you have today. Be a proud DO who affirms the culture of pride as we expand access of osteopathic medicine, partnering with patients, trained to empathize, infused with skills of osteopathic manipulative medicine, and committed to uphold the integrity, dignity, professionalism of all osteopathic physicians and our philosophy of care. As a proud DO student and eventually full osteopathic physician, remember that the AOA is here for you throughout your career. These are dynamic and challenging times in healthcare, but our association remains ready to provide you with the support and the tools to succeed throughout your training, your residency, board certification, transition to practice, and your needs as your career evolves. We work on your behalf, providing access to information on healthcare environment, public policy, research, career development, information, branding, and advocacy for the profession, both here in the United States and now internationally. 1 year ago, we launched our national brand awareness campaign, doctorsthatdo.org, which continues throughout this country, helping to tell the world who we are as DOs and the benefits of osteopathic medicine. Hopefully, you've had the chance to see some of our print ads running in various national publications, such as People Magazine, Runner's World, O Magazine, and Essence. And make sure you follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram to remain connected to this vast network of osteopathic physicians. I encourage you to get involved in the division of our association specifically designed to address the needs of students enrolled in colleges of osteopathic medicine, the Student Osteopathic Medical Association, SOMA. Today, my message to each and every one of you is this. Throughout the next 4 years, remember why you are here. Dedicate yourself to becoming the best osteopathic physician you can be. Take care of yourself, mind, body, and spirit. Today, you are one of more than 20,000 osteopathic medical students throughout the country. You can and will succeed. Finally, on behalf of the entire AOA, congratulations on starting this vital part of your journey. Please remember that we are here for you, and we welcome you to our family of doctors, the proudest profession. We are doctors that do. And now, through your commitment and dedication, we will do even more. Thank you, and best of luck.
Thank you, Dr. Becker. One other important individual that's on the dais and the stage here is Adrienne White-Faines, and she is the CEO of the American Osteopathic Association. Welcome. Thank you. At this time, we'd like to have a few remarks from some very important individuals and special guests that are here today. We're being hosted at the Las Cruces Convention Center in the city of Las Cruces. And who better to give everybody here a good welcome on behalf of the great state of New Mexico and Las Cruces than our mayor, Ken Miyagishima. Ken?
Good morning, everybody. Gosh, I saw a different side of George I've never seen before. So, as John mentioned, my name is Ken Miyagishima, and keeping up with cultural diversity, in fact, I'm pretty sure I'm the only half Asian, half Hispanic mayor that was also born in Mississippi here in New Mexico. So, welcome, everybody. Welcome to the city of Las Cruces. As John was mentioning, can you guys hear me okay? I wonder if this thing goes up. I wondered about that. This is our equipment here, so I want to make sure it was working. Anyways, congratulations, everybody. This is really a fantastic day. My counterpart, Mayor Oscar Leeser, the mayor of El Paso, he sends his regrets. Unfortunately, the former commanding general of Fort Bliss passed away, and there's a funeral for him this morning. So he wishes he was here today. And I did also see a few some members of our representatives of the state reps or state senators. If you wouldn't mind just standing, then I'll just recognize them. That was Representative McCamley, Representative Zimmerman, and the shade. You're right in the glare. Montoya, Representative Montoya, great. And I know Senator Mary Kay Papin on this side here. So thank you very much, senators, representatives, for being here today. Now, I don't know exactly. I know it's a relatively new ceremony, white coat ceremony. I think it started back in the late 80s, early 90s. I know there's going to be a presentation on what the white coat means, but so I Googled it real quick, and it said it's basically for a lay person going into the medical profession. And that's really something there that you all can be very proud of. But I want to just take a quick moment, if you don't mind. Our community here suffered a tragedy yesterday, and it is health related. It was a police officer who had stopped somebody, and turns out that the person that they stopped were a couple of pretty bad guys, and one of them died yesterday, and they were trying to airlift them to the University Medical Center in El Paso, and they didn't quite make it. So if I could just ask for a quick moment of silence, please. Thank you. That was on behalf of Officer Jose Chavez, who lost his life protecting our residents there in a community called Hatch, New Mexico. It's about 40 miles north of here. So, and I say that also as a prelude to what you all are ready to embark on. Earlier, you heard mention, either was the dean or John, about saving lives, doing the best you can to help each and every one of us. And we're very fortunate to have you all enter into this profession. I can only imagine what you all went through, studying the chemistry, studying the biology, studying those MCAT tests, everything that you've gone through. And this is really a very proud moment for your parents, your grandparents, your aunts, your uncles, everybody that helped get you where you are here today. I know that's been really a big struggle. So let's give them a big round of applause for all their help. They might even be paying tuition too, I'm not too sure. Right? But to the students, I just want to tell you, and I think I can probably say this, I'm sure your parents are extremely proud of you. I think every parent, when they have a child, they dream that their child is going to become a doctor. I'm just telling you that. It used to be lawyer maybe once upon a time, but I think it's really been doctor, okay? And, or maybe a university professor, I don't know, one of those things. But, they really did a lot to give up sacrifices to make sure that you got to where you were. Maybe you gave them a hard time growing up, and they kind of had to straighten you out and put you on a different path. But they knew deep down inside you had what it took to make it here today. And Earlier, you had mentioned, I think Dr. Betcher said there was 20,000 people who enter the medical profession. That's 1 out of 18,500 people. There's 370 Americans in the United States. So if you take 20,000, it comes out to 18,500. So each one of you represent how many, 1 out of 18,500 people it took to get here. That's incredible. I mean, I can't tell you how difficult it had to have been for you to get here, get into medical school. The sacrifices that you have had to give up for that is just enormous. Now to the parents, I know this is really an equally proud moment. Your friends are probably treating you a little bit different. And maybe some of them are even asking you for your parenting skills, how you got a kid here into medical school. You know, and I think they might think of you as super parents. They may think that you all have done your job now. But nonetheless, this is really a great moment for both you all as incoming students, as well as the parents and your family who helped get you here today. So it's a special thanks, I say, to the Burrell family, and to someone here who he's very humble. I'm going to tell you something. Your co-founder here at John Hummer, he has really transformed Las Cruces into the medical community, both from he started or was the first CEO of Mountain View Hospital, built that hospital up. I think he literally built it. I mean, he did. He was sent here to build that hospital, and then, of course, this medical college. It's incredible what John has done, and we owe him a great round of applause as well. And then, of course, your dean, George Machescu, which I hope he doesn't run for mayor, because I'm in trouble. Like I said, he really got you guys riled up there. Viva this, viva that. That's good. Wow. And then, of course, President Carruthers for working with the Burrell family and bringing this great facility here to the New Mexico State University. So with that, I'm going to close, but I'm going to tell you we have a very open door policy there at the City of Las Cruces. I, as mayor, and then I think my mayor pro tem, Greg Smith, is here as well. Just don't call us if you get a speeding ticket, okay? So other than that, if you have any other problems with the city, let us know, but you shouldn't. We have a great community here. It's really one big family. It really is. I kid you not. You hear a lot of talk about diversity. We have a lot of different things going on for many different parts of our community, and it's really just great to be here. I grew up here since I was 7. You know, my dad was in the Air Force. That's how I got born. That's how I was born in Mississippi. And then he retired here. We moved here in 1968, 69. So nonetheless, congratulations, everybody. If you see me sneak out a little bit later, I have a dual role. I'm a chef at Men Who Cook fundraiser here in a little while. So I got to go prepare some teriyaki chicken. But I'm gonna be here for a while, and I'm probably gonna see you guys walk the stage, and then I'll probably head out. So thanks again. Congratulations, everybody.
As you've heard already today, that it's taken a lot of individuals and people to come together to make this a reality. And when Dr. Machescu and I were working on this with Dr. Carruthers, the big missing piece was the money, right? This is a $104 million endeavor. And Dan Burrell, through acquaintance, we met. He took the lead, joined with George and I to start finishing the development. He led the fundraising efforts, and it was Dan who sent us on a trip. He said, you need to go to Houston, Texas, and you need to meet with some folks. And so we got on a plane and we spent the day, and it was probably one of the most exhilarating days that we had in the development process. And we didn't know where it was gonna lead to, but what it led to was a very large investment, our largest investment in the school, and that is the Rice Management Company. And I would like to have Jaime Aguirre, who is on our board, a team member with us in the development, to come up and say a few words. Please give him a big welcome today. Jaime, thank you.
Great. Well, thank you for for that kind introduction. I'm now very glad that I brought my mom and my kids here today. They have no idea what I do for a living, and it now sounds a lot more important than it really is. And I'll tell you, our role here, it was not important at all. The true visionaries that helped put this together, Dr. Hummer, Dr. Michescu, and Chancellor Carruthers, who we met with yesterday. They're the ones who really deserve all the credit for putting all this together, and we appreciate all that they've done. Look, I'm sure none of you came here to hear a speech from me, so I am not going to bore you with one. All I'm going to say is welcome, bienvenidos. We're so glad to have you here. I'm confident that you will come to love this region as much as those of us who had the privilege of growing up here do. And I'm very, very hopeful that upon graduation, several of you will choose to make this your home, build your career here, and help make this an even better place to live. So thank you.
Chancellor Gary Carruthers, former Governor Carruthers, as we mentioned, was a key visionary in this whole endeavor as well. And we've said time and time again that fate played many roles in the intersections of relationships. And the one important historical event was when they made the decision to name Gary Carruthers the president chancellor of this great university, New Mexico State University, because could have been, the regents could have hired somebody else in midstream of our development that did not have, as we say, a larger outlook on the future of higher education and the need to look at public-private partnerships. And not only as a former governor who is respected throughout the state, but also a businessman and a business leader, former dean of the business school, he got it. And we're so thankful for that. And unfortunately, he had a family commitment that prevented him from being here today. But his right arm person is here today, and his name is Dr. Kevin Boberg. And before I bring him up here, I'm going to say a few words about Kevin. It was also Kevin was one of the first individuals that I introduced Dr. Michescu to in July of 2013, and he is the Vice President of Economic Development. He's a professor, business professor as well, and he has the endowed chair, the Gary Carruthers Endowed Chair as well in the Business College. But if not for Kevin helping us, and you can imagine trying to link a private entity and a historical public university and all the relationships and the facilitation that needs to go on. He took a lot of bruises through that process in a positive way, because nothing is ever easy. You have to find ways to link together with our affiliation with the university, and it's going fantastically. And the reason for that is because of Kevin Boberg. Please give a big round of applause representing New Mexico State, Dr. Boberg.
There's a clock. A friend of mine on the stage who said, Kevin, yes, you're told you have 5 minutes, take 2. I'm no longer a professor. I used to be a professor. I did 3 hours a day seminars, and I'll try to stay short of that. And I'll try to say something that hasn't been said. I don't know how to follow this many people that have said something excellent. I'll leave you with one thing, maybe changed a little bit from what you've heard already. Maybe an exhilarating day for some part of this was in Houston. An exhilarating day was Sunday, July 7th, 2013, when some guy named Gary called up Ben and me and said, Boberg, yeah, you and Ben meet Stan, Mickey, George, and some guy named George, and John, at the early college high school. And by the way, I hope while you're here, whether you're a student or a family member, that school wouldn't be where it is today without the early college high school. And if you want to see something fantastic for those people in Boston and New York who said things cannot be done, please come to our early college high school. No one in this community can claim they own the early college high school. This community owns the early college high school. And that's where we met on Sunday, July 7, 2013. And the vision that this guy George had, that's where it said this vision can be materialized and realized here. Right here on the campus of NMSU. And then on Monday, I've taken 2 minutes. Sir, I've got 3 left. 3 o'clock, Monday, July 8th. Do you realize that's 3 years, 1 month? 3 years and 1 month before you took your first class. A vision turned into brick and mortar, turned into staff and faculty and ideas that can be realized. That's incredible. And at 3 o'clock on Monday, July 8th, 2013, we met with, I won't call him Gary any longer, Chancellor Carruthers. And I'd learned something in over a day that George didn't want to talk about osteoporosis, which is something I have. No, he wanted to talk about osteopathic medicine, so I can learn, just not quickly. And after George and John had left, by the way, Stan Rounds is the former superintendent of the Las Cruces Public Schools who built the vision. And Mickey Clute is the person who, through brick and mortar, built that early college high school, who through vision and brick and mortar built the medical academy, who are your neighbors, and turned the dean's vision into something we are all celebrating today. And that's why I mention them by name. Ben Woods has since retired from the university, but he is the person on behalf of Chancellor Carruthers, on behalf of NMSU, who made all of that happen. And I would be wrong not to respect all of them by name. As we were leaving the Chancellor's office at 3 o'clock or thereafter on the 8th, Chancellor said, "Boberg, Ben, yes. Remember, this has to be more than a land deal. I'm sorry, I'm from Detroit, I do deals. That's all I know how to do. It has to be more than a deal." Ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you because 3 years later, I now know how and why this is more than a deal. It's individuals. It's you, it's your families. How many people, don't raise your hand, I saw almost as many selfies being taken as I saw students in seats. So now I know when the Chancellor said, "Boberg, make sure that it's more than a deal," I can now realize how it's more than a deal. It's getting you, campus, and community together. So folks, thank you for taking me to school, and thank you for honoring me being here.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's my great honor and just an example of the way the fates have come together for this college to introduce our keynote speaker for today. Dr. Antonia Novello is 14th Surgeon General of the United States, appointed under George H.W. Bush. She was the first female Surgeon General, the first Hispanic Surgeon General. She left Orlando yesterday at dark 30. It took her 18 hours to get to El Paso, and her flight was the only flight not canceled last night out of Dallas. So we are especially in her debt, and we have so much gratitude for her coming out to share this joyous occasion with you, Dr. Novello.
Buenos dias. We're going to change the mood of this place. You guys look asleep. You cannot be more asleep than I. I arrive at 3 o'clock in the morning, so let's have an applause for the first woman Surgeon General of this United States of America. So, now that you're awake, thank you so much, Dr. Machescu, colleagues, parents, friends, spouses, children, faculty, and of course, the best class, the class of 2020, the graduating class of Burrell. In front of you, you have a speaker who has been a little bit of everything. I have been a left-handed Puerto Rican medical school graduate, a winner of the Chamber Pot at the University of Michigan, a nephrologist in Georgetown with an IQ higher than my BUN, the 13th Health Commissioner of the great state of New York, and the first woman ever Surgeon General of the United States. Let me tell you, like you, I'm trying to decide what to do when I grow up. It is an honor to have been invited to the keynote speaker of the inaugural white coat ceremony of this prestigious institution. Your class of 162 has been selected among a group of 5,000 candidates, which tells me a lot about the commitment and the seriousness of this institution with regards to increasing the diversity in the medical field and the caring for the underserved. You come from all walks of life and have been selected to provide medical care to the underrepresented and the underserved. Today, truly, you embark on the most important day and journey in your life. By your own choice, you have selected a field of medicine in order to serve those who, by no fault of their own, have been kept of the American dream and the healthcare system. With this white coat ceremony, you have been chosen to be a servant of the sick and the representative of the voiceless, the old, the poor, the disabled, the disenfranchised, and the underrepresented. With this white coat, you, the best and the brightest, has been chosen to embark upon a life of caring, of compassion toward your fellow man. Whatever you choose in guiding your future, if you are to succeed, you must only not depend on your grades. They got you here, but they will not make you a great doctor. Instead, your future success will be based on the respect you show toward those ones that work with you, from your faculty to your patients to the people that clean the classrooms. Medicine has been said is a team sport with many hurdles along the way. And you must do that with respect to others. And if you do that, you will be able to finish crossing the winning line, not only as a team, but much more synchronously and on time. For those of you who do not know about this ceremony, I must tell you that today 100 medical schools, 97% of the American colleges, and 13 foreign countries do this, to utilize this white coat ceremony as a rite of passage in the journey toward healthcare. The first one happened in Columbia, in New York, and it was Dr. Arnold P. Gold, a neurologist. Not only that he created the first one, but he presided on the same one as well. This white coat ceremony is a medical tradition. Somebody said, why are we going to recite the Hippocratical Oath on the 4th year when I have already endured so much pain? Why don't I do it on the first day of my class? And I know exactly what are the responsibilities that this white coat brings to your life. So I have to tell you, having said that, I have to convey once more, truly it's an honor for me to share these fine men and women who will carry the legacy of Burrell College in the osteopathic medicine, the future class of 2020. You are like me, your former Surgeon General. Small enough to be personal and large enough to be powerful. So I'm here to do three things. I'm here to do three things: to congratulate you, to counsel you, and to challenge you. Congratulations. By accepting this white coat, you are making a commitment to transform yourself into a healthcare professional with integrity, a professional in where patients can trust. When you wear this white coat, you accept the commitment to fulfill the obligation of our medical profession. You are now a part of a long and hollow calling that leads to the privilege of serving as a physician healer. Having worn one long time ago, I must tell you that this white coat also comes with the responsibility of developing communication skills and the responsibility of utilizing your empathy quotient, as it is known, the ability to develop critical human interaction with your patients, and the responsibility of becoming an unbiased listener. Remember, Better therapy by itself will not solve all your problems. Equally as important, not all patients are going to follow what you tell them. And more than anything, remember as well that the latest fad is not always what is best for the patient. Engrave in your brain from today forward, the most important thing that you will be able to remember is that your patient comes first, your patient comes second, and your patient even comes third. On their behalf, make the best decisions, and try not to make a decision that will come back to haunt you. Remember, we are all humans, but as it has been said, you cannot make yourself feel something you do not feel, but you can make yourself do right in spite of your feelings. Colleagues, let me share with you an important advice that will guide your future endeavors. Take good care of your patient, and your patient will take good care of you. Today, I have the responsibility of sharing with you what is good about your chosen profession. I assure you that in spite of all the things you hear about the medical field, there is not a more honorable and fulfilling way to spend your future life. Do not let the negatives that you see and hear deter you from a life of caring for your fellow citizens. Medicine is an art, and like an art is not perfect, but by God, is it worth practicing and living it. Someday you will remember these words. You just need a little bit of time. So today, what I congratulate you most warmly, I urge you to embark in a life of caring, of learning, healing, and questioning, but above all, of taking care of your patients. So now, my counsel. You have to remember that your work as a professional defines you as a human being. It has been said, much of the good and the bad that you will do in your life, you will do it through your work. How will you view your work? Bella, an author, describes there are three types of work. First, there is the job, where your goal is only simply earning a living and supporting a family. Then comes the career, where you trace your progress through appointments and achievements. And then comes the calling, the ideal blending of activity and character that makes work inseparable from life. As future physicians with a very visible responsibility to uphold the public trust, I hope that you're just not looking for a job. I hope that you're not just planning a career. I hope that each one of you has a calling, an altruistic calling. I know that you will do well. Your faculty will see to that, but I just pray that you will do good. One word of caution from someone who was sitting exactly where you are 46 years ago. The world owes you nothing. To believe the world is going to treat you good because you're a graduate of Burrell is like assuming that a bull is not going to hit you because you're a vegetarian. So for that reason, be aware of the enemies of tranquility, avarice, ambition, anger, and pride, and avoid Kushner's pillars of despair, complacency, mediocrity, and above all, indifference. That is why I fervently wish you much happiness in your life. I caution you not to seek happiness for happiness' sake. If you do good, happiness will find you. Medicine is full of happy moments, and I counsel you not just to be good doctors. First and foremost, be good men and be good women. Do not forget to put balance in your life. Friends, leisure, hobbies, social causes, volunteerism, and religion. Above all, never forget your family and never forget to honor your lifelong friendships. Believe me, you will need both of them along the way. Similarly, I urge you to maintain your own health, physical, mental, and spiritual, because only then you will be able to look after those that have been entrusted in your care. Remember, we physicians are bound to serve a higher good, the health and the welfare of the people in your country and your nation. I believe that we must keep the healthcare profession a sacred institution, not only for those of us who work in it, but more importantly for those of us who depend on it. So now I want to challenge you. I am reminded of some very important words that Mark Twain said, and he said, good judgments comes from experience, and where does experience comes from? Experience comes from bad judgment. So I can tell you that if we're going to meet the nation's complex and difficult health challenges of the future, we're going to need both good judgment and good experience. So although it's impossible for me to tell you all the problems you're going to find in the future, I want to challenge you with a few, and the first one is, the challenge today is that we cannot deny the changing demographics in this country of ours. 323 million people, 13% African Americans, 17% Hispanics, 6% Asian Pacific Islanders, 2% Native Americans, 9 million are multiracial, 14% are over the age of 65, 3.8% are LGBT. 50% of the children under 5 are a minority, 147,000 people are over the age of 100, 158 million are women, and 1 in 5 speak another language that is not English at home. So I believe that we must reach out to all cultural and all ethnic groups through a social responsibility where cultural responsive and cultural sensitivity surpasses mere rhetoric, where the translation of culture is as mainstream as the translation of language, and where we must embrace, inform, and nurture all of those who have been isolated, excluded, and deprived and helpless to act. As Martin Luther King said, oppressed people cannot remain oppressed forever. And as Albert Schweitzer said, we must take care of the needy, and those needy are not found just in one place anymore. Today, in practicing medicine, modern healthcare providers will have to be in touch with the totality, the entirety of the people they treat. You will have to understand fields like nutrition, sexual behavior, addictions, depression, respite care, Medicare, Medicaid, transportation, and even economics, something that some of us in this audience were not taught when we were in the residency. We need to recognize that in this great country of ours, too many Americans are poor, and we must make sure that in teaching them we do not destroy their dignity. We simply cannot afford to cling blindly to values and perceptions that are out of touch, or to follow rigidly outdated practices accepted by the mainstream. Old-time conservatism should not make a mockery of our humanity. The world is changing, and tomorrow we have to change as well to be able to accommodate the needs of emerging minorities and the people that are coming into this United States. We must move into a system in where we design programs for communities as we follow the Native Americans' dictum: do not tell me what to do unless you have walked a mile in my moccasins. I can tell you, in the future, in order to succeed, we must learn not only the language of the people we treat, but the culture and their life's difficulties as well. Talking about culture, did you know that minority communities have idiosyncrasies that were not taken into consideration when they write the current healthcare law? You must know them if you want to practice the kind of medicine for which Burrell has fought so hard to get you here today. Let me tell you a few. For example, did you know that minorities are likely not to be satisfied with their healthcare person if he or she uses a non-professional interpreter to tell what is wrong? Did you know that it's less likely a minority to adhere to treatment if there is a language and communication problem with the staff? And did you know that a minority patient will not come back to you if he or she feels that you have disrespected them? In taking care of Hispanics as a minority group, let me remember and remind you that there are 14 million Hispanics today that do not speak English, and as many as 1 in 5 speaking Latinos report not seeking medical care just because they couldn't understand the provider. That's not a perception, that is a reality. And it's worrisome because the lack of proficiency in English has been known to be a barrier to access for health care, and not to visit your doctor, and worse, not to follow your preventive messages, which is the most important care part of the law. Why does this happen? I have to tell you. Because of cultural mistrust coupled with disposition to seek for alternative care. And what's the problem? It is known that many minorities are accustomed to self-treatment because most pharmaceuticals are found in their country of origin, and also in some encounter additional obstacles because the society does not want to incorporate that their treatment can only be better if you introduce the way that they practice medicine. So what are we as health professionals going to do to get the minority people to come to us? First and foremost, earn their trust. Don't assert your agenda. Don't assign the priorities based on yours, but on theirs. Whatever you do, do not translate directly or literally English in the educational materials that you give them. Develop them instead in something that they might understand, and have someone from the community read it before you print it. Show respect. It has to be reciprocal between patient and between the provider, and more than anything, be more formal in interactions. They are not your honey. They are señor, señora, doña, usted, sir, mister. And when you try to greet a patient, always do it with a few words in their language. It makes them feel that you really do care for them. And encourage asking questions. Minority patients believe that doctors sometimes are God, and they express doubts, but they will never ask you. They tend to avoid eye contact with authority figures. This is respectful behavior. Do not misinterpret that particular area. And in spite of this eye avoidance, when you talk to them directly, and even when the communication is through an interpreter. And don't ever ask them a personal question about alcoholism, domestic violence, mental health problem, or sexual practices. It will be embarrassing and challenging to the cultural practice of keeping information sacred, and that you do by indirect questioning. And remember, minorities like personalismo rather than institutional relationship. They expect you to treat them warm and take active interest in their life above everything. Try to remember their name when you enter the office. Minorities are loyal to the individual provider, and they tend to follow him or her wherever she goes. And if you do not tell them this is the person that will take over me, they will drop out of that practice without ever coming back. So avoid the two usual American ways of talking to people. 2 feet, It may be perceived as uninterested or detached. And when you're taking care of the new immigrants, please, a new index of suspicion. It is needed to recognize adjustment reactions versus real disease. Depression might be a headache, so be sensitive. Remember as well that minorities obtain their information from the radio, from the television, the internet, and the print media, and they make health changes based on what they hear and what they read. So in reality, minority groups are knowledgeable about their diseases, but the way that we in the medical field approaches prevention or the cure must not conflict with their cultural expectations and values. Keep that in mind. So as you can see, the reality is that today we have doctors who take care of our patients and minorities without knowing my culture, my language, and more than anything, sometimes we don't offer them the equal options for treatment that we offer those who can pay. Today, technology instrumentation is driving out the exquisite reward for human needs, essential to a doctor's prime goal, the relief of suffering. I believe that if we're going to succeed in healthcare, we have to treat patients like partners. Too often the patients complain that they are viewed as supplicants of care, seen at the convenience of the provider. They say as well that the atmosphere at some medical care facilities is not conducive to the patient's self-worth, to the care of the poor, to the needs of the working mother, or the tolerance of the person who does not know the language. Clinics' hours are mostly made for the convenience of the provider and not for the patient, and waiting periods are commonly prolonged, and the facilities are frequently very isolated. You must recognize that advocating for the needs of the physician and society and not necessarily advocating for the needs of the patient. The terrible instability in this United States on financing and delivering health care has placed a tremendous pressure on different groups, including our own. But it is important that we do not fool ourselves. That is what is best for the doctor is always best, what is best for the patient. This is an important distinction, one that has to inform the deliberations, and we shape our life and the future of our patients. I believe that the single greatest challenge for healthcare professionals today lies in finding ways to control the pace of change and yet still make sure that evolving delivery systems and shifting health priorities do not undermine the essential values of our ancient healing relationships. Ultimately, the future of medicine depends on only one question, and that is, can we maintain the traditional necessary human qualities of medicine within an increasingly corporate mentality? And I say we will. It will not be easy, but it will not be impossible. To start, let's acknowledge that today's healthcare environment is different. Physician autonomy is being threatened, and the way that we practice medicine is being challenged. People who look from afar and obtain most of the information from computers are dictating your careers. Decisions that impact your patient's life and your ability to practice medicine are in the hands of bureaucrats whose power impacts all of us and whose accountability is to no one. What an irony. Let's not think that everything has changed for the worse. I want you to know that there are still some touchstones in the healthcare profession that remain sacred and they remain unchanged from one generation to the other one. And that is, the touchstone is trust, our undeniable legacy. We who dedicate our lives to help fellow citizens are a special breed, an extraordinary professional breed. We are blessed with the opportunity to enter people's lives in the most intimate way. The trust placed in this we have inherited from past generations. We must protect the trust, nurture it, and make it grow because it's both a blessing and a blessed responsibility. Remember, the therapeutic effects of machine and gadgets must be enhanced by the touch of a healing hand and a spoken word. And while we have an obligation to advance medicine and science and technology, we always must maintain the human elements of the works we do, because as much as our healthcare system has changed, the vulnerability and the needs of the communities that we serve has not. So I urge you to continue with all new scientific discoveries, new political health policies, and exploding technologies without forgetting the faces behind the data or the names behind the statistics. Remember, your patients will not care how much you know until they know how much you care. So It has also been said that service is the rent we pay for living. Service that will set us apart. Service to communities, families, service to country, and service to God. This important attitude is painfully obvious in today's world, my friends. There is a spiritual vacuum in America today. There is too much of what can I get rather than what can I give. We must remember that the test of making a life is how much you get, but the test of making a living is how much you give. So, colleagues, I believe that in order to succeed, the true practice of medicine, which is greater than the treatment of illness alone, you have to do that, otherwise you will be practicing a vacuum. Remember the words of Dr. Grover Powers, the modern field of mental retardation, when he stated 40 years ago, we, doctors, when there is no cure, we sometimes capitulate too easily to therapeutic defeatism, forgetting that also we must learn to prevent, alleviate, and communicate. I submit that our God-given vocation goes beyond our ability to cure. So, as I said, there you have it. Some of the challenges that I have given you, a hit list, but of the best variety. The going is going to be tough, but I look at you and I think I am encouraged. Sitting before me, I see the next generation of professors, clinicians, researchers, communicators, administrators, and who knows, maybe even the new Surgeon General. As I said at the beginning, it is an honor. This is on this time, at this place, surrounded by those who have been chosen to care for the ones who have no voice. As I look into your faces, I believe that you will do exactly good. My hope is that you graduate, you return to serve the communities that have the hope placed on you, and that you return to serve them as servants of the sick, because more than curing, you will be caring. In this occasion is memorable for two issues. Today is the first inaugural ceremony of the white coat, and no less important is that Burrell College of Medicine will graduate more Native American physicians than any other osteopathic school in the United States. To that I said, Burrell, God will help you in your mission of inclusivity and diversification of the medical field, for you have shown that you walk the walk and not just talk the talk. Congratulations, Burrell. So, I have been able to challenge you and counsel you, and now before I leave, I want to give you 10 messages that I have used in my life and have guided me, and I want to give them to you to see if they can help you along the way. I have used my own, and I have added some phrases of important people just for you to keep them in your mind. Number 10, be a pioneer. Don't you ever be afraid to forge in any new direction. Remember, the Ark was built by amateurs, the Titanic by professionals. Number 9, do not deny your roots when you go up the ladder of opportunity. Keep in mind, people without knowledge of their past, their culture, or their origin are like trees without roots. They will fall. Number 8, never, never underestimate your capabilities. Somebody else will do it for you. Remember as well, great people discuss ideas. Average people discuss events. Little people talk about people. Number 7, achieve the highest level of education. Is the key to the door of opportunity. I believe that the greatest danger for most of us is not that our aim is too high and we miss it, but that it's too low and we reach it. Number 6, set goals for yourself, and when you do so, make them realistic and then share them with those that believe in you. Remember, no one can make you inferior without your consent. Number 5, when you get to the top, don't forget you owe something back to your community, to your peers, and your family. Every man must decide whether he will walk in the light of destructive selfishness or creative altruism. Blessed are those who give without remembering and take without forgetting. Number 4, don't be afraid to speak your mind. In doing so, remember, be more concerned with your character than with your reputation. Because your character is what you really are, and your reputation is what other people think you are. Remember, do not compromise who you are as a person in order to get what you want as a professional. Number 3, as I said before, take care of yourself spiritually, physically, and mentally. Remember, you can either make yourself miserable or you can make yourself strong. After all, it takes the same amount of time. Remember as well, talent is God-given. Be humble. Fame is man-given. Be grateful. Conceit is self-given. Be careful. Number 2, never lose your sense of who you really are, even though people think they know you better than yourself. Always be a first-rate version of yourself instead of a second-rate version of somebody else. You were born an original. Do not die a copy. And number 1, never, never stop dreaming. Remember, the penalty of success is to be bored by the attention of people who formerly snub you. 3 things you cannot recover in life: the word after it has been said, the moment after it has been missed, and the time after it has been gone. Use time wisely. Once it's gone, it can never be recovered. But more than anything, when the day arrives that you're on top of your dreams, take the time to thank God and family. Be kind to those who never believed in you and believed that you would amount to nothing. Think of them, and on that day, forgive them. Remember, the best revenge is success. And so I leave you today with the words of Yehuda Bauer, the great Holocaust historian who said it best. He said there should be 3 extra commandments on top of the 10 we cherish and we honor. The first one is, thou shalt not be a victim. The second one is, thou shalt not be a perpetrator. And the third one is, thou shalt not be a bystander. Don't let anyone say that a graduate of Burrell would ever be a bystander. Thank you, congratulations, and God bless.
Wow. We can't imagine if you didn't have such a late landing. That was fantastic. Please join our next speaker to say a few words. I know we've heard a lot already about the white coat, but I'm going to challenge her to say something that we haven't heard yet about the white coat. And this is an individual who has worked very hard, her entire team, to create what we see before us today. And that is our Associate Dean of Student Affairs, Dr. Tanya Rana. Tanya, please come forward. Thank you.
Okay, note to self, never go after a great keynote speaker. So when I was actually asked to talk about the significance of the white coat, I actually didn't go to Google like the mayor. I went straight to the source of knowledge and truth, Wikipedia. No, I'm just kidding. But actually, I don't know if you knew, but the tradition very early on in the 1800s was that the physician wore a black coat to go to do their home visits. And the white coats were worn by researchers like me to protect themselves from chemicals and, for myself, rat poop when you do animal research. And when medicine became a little bit more integral with research, then physicians started wearing the white coat. And as you know, right, today the white coat signifies much more than the science of research, and I think Dr. Novello did speak to that. It's about the human part of medicine, and you will probably find that out very quickly in our curriculum, because Burrell College of Osteopathic Medicine has a curriculum that will introduce you very early on to the human part of medicine. I think as early as the first or second semester. So I saw over the summer a great project that some students did, and I think it signifies a lot or it gives a good significance of what the white coat means. So what they did is they decided to hang a white coat outside in the public and ask people that went by to write on the white coat what it signifies to them. So we know probably what it signifies to us, but what is more important is what it represents for the people that you're gonna see in the community every day. So what people said actually is pretty powerful. They wrote angels, altruistic, on call 36 hours, saves lives, pure and clean, and professional. And they also did the same thing, but they asked physicians, what does it mean to be the person behind the white coat? And to talk about the qualities or moments of being the person behind the white coat. And the physicians wrote on the white coat, always keep your faith, be empathetic and sincere to all your patients, cure sometimes, to relieve often, and to comfort always. Empathy and caring, and then always put your patient's interest first. So now if I asked each one of you what the significance of the white coat was to you, maybe some of you would have said it probably represents my last day of freedom. But fundamentally, the cloaking of the white coat is the welcoming of the student into the profession, and it represents the initial transition and the beginning of this great journey that you're embarking on today. And why did we decide to hold the white coat ceremony? So there are schools that still do it on the last day of class. There are some that do it at the end of the first year. We wanted to do it at the beginning because today is the first day of the rest of your life. Someone once said, and I thought that was very appropriate, as of today, you are starting your life as physician in training. This is the highest title that you will achieve, and you should cherish it. Don't be fooled by all those titles people will give you in the future and that you will work so hard to acquire. Your success will depend on your ability to become and remain a perpetual student. So very shortly, you will all make the pledge to the profession, and you will wear your white coat. And we are confident that each and every one of you will uphold the values of the profession. And we're also confident that each and every one of you will live up to the expectations and the responsibilities that come with the white coat. So every time you put on your white coat, every day, it should be a reminder of your duty to always exemplify the honor, ethics, integrity, and humility of the profession, and to treat each of your patients with respect and to do your very best each and every day. So from today forth, when people or your patients or anybody look at you, they won't see as students. They won't see students, they'll see a healthcare professional. And you might even get to be called doctor once or twice. But people will see someone that they can trust and someone that cares. So today I want to encourage you, if you have time this weekend, take a few minutes to think about what it signifies to you and be that person. So congratulations, inaugural class of 2020. Welcome to Burrell College of Osteopathic Medicine. Welcome to Las Cruces, and make us proud.
Real quick, we would like to invite up Dr. Becker to talk about the osteopathic pledge pin.
I took this pledge many years ago, and it holds true today in the practice of medicine. So I will just read it, and you can embrace it a little bit. And from time to time throughout your career, as Dr. Novello pointed out, you probably should reread it to kind of refocus you on what your career and your avocation and your service to patients is all about. I do hereby affirm my loyalty to the profession I am about to enter. I will be mindful always of my great responsibility to preserve the health and the life of my patients, to retain their confidence and respect, both as a physician and a friend who will guard their secrets with scrupulous honor and fidelity, to perform faithfully my professional duties, to employ only those recognized methods of treatment consistent with good judgment and with my skill and ability, keeping in mind always nature's laws, and the body's inherent capacity for recovery. I will be ever vigilant in aiding the general welfare of the community, sustaining its laws and institutions, not engaging in those practices which will in any way bring shame or discredit upon myself or my profession. I will give no drugs for deadly purposes to any person, though it be asked of me. I will endeavor to work in accordance with my colleagues in a spirit of progressive cooperation, and never by word or by act cast imputations upon them or their rightful practices. I will look with respect and esteem upon all those who have taught me my art. To my college, I will be loyal and strive always for the best interest and for the interest of the students who will come after me. I will be ever alert to further the application of basic biologic truths to the healing arts and to develop the principles of osteopathy which were first enunciated by Andrew Taylor Still. Think about this often, read it, and get to practice it. Thank you.
Very soon you're going to say that again. All right. Okay. At this time, Adrian Alba, your Director of Admissions, is on deck and ready to come up. Please welcome Adrian to the stage, and he will start the honor roll. Thanks.
Good morning. My name is Adrian Alba, and I would just like to say that it's been a pleasure this year to serve you guys as the Director of Admissions. Over the past year, I have gotten to know most of you, and it's been great. I look forward to working with you for the next 4 years. I would like to thank my family. I would like to thank my team, the faculty, and the executive leadership for giving me this opportunity for this inaugural class. Congratulations, and let's get down to reading some names. So if I can have the first row, go ahead and come up and line up. Okay. Harris Ahmed. Harris with 2 R's, Ahmed. Hamza Ahmed. Corey Albrechtson. Mohammed Alamgir. Chidima Amakiri. Anthony Awad. Stephanie Ayala. Ankita Badwar. Anne Bellinger. Matthew Bell. Alicia Benson. Alexandra Bersani. Neil Bobenhouse. Pamela Breary. Jennifer Burkett. Saxony Busta. Aristotle Collado. Eva Campos. Cynthia Chan. Guy Charest. Mugwi Chek. John Childers. Kayla Corey. Omar Chaudhry. Katya Kanap. Jordan Correll. Jory Kuniko. Michael Davis. Mikhail De Jesus. Arnulfo Duarte. Lauren Edge. Megan Ellis. Abigail Edders. Katan Farah. Muhammad Farhan. Jesus Figueroa. Emma Fleckman. Mario Flores. Lacey Floyd. Delena Garcia. Alex Garnett. Matthew Generati. Hugo Gonzalez. Mackenzie Goodrich. Gauri Gowda. Taylor Green. Pratyusha Gurapari. Josh Hall. Emily Henke. Patrick Henke. Aaron Hollenbaugh. Christopher Hushman. Brent Hunsaker. Basil Ike. Kayla Ivy. Sarah Javadi. Jessica Jamet. Michelle Jew. Max Giganti. Matthew Johnson. Anjali Kakar. Carly Keenan. Ismail Khan. Zen Khan. Chris Kim. Catherine Kleinberg. Helen Crete. Alexander Lamb. Kevin Liao. Victor Liao. Morgan Long. Ricky Longmore. Robert Lyday. Mariah Maestas. Fernando Magaña Herrera. Jenny Mamtora. Brian Magaria. Robin Marks. Leslie McCarron. Megan McCord. Elizabeth McLeod. Mateen Moharas. Adam Moreno. Michelle Moyer. Ngasa Mesika. Mohan Muvala. John Avery Neal. Alexander Nelson. Alexander Wynn. Alexander Wynn. Tammy Tam Nguyen. Barbara Wynn Espino. Jacqueline Wynn Espino. Hannah Niehaus. Laureen Nilo. Trevor Octavio. Luke Offit. Adora Agoke. Temi Ogunlay. Stephen Onmacht. Mariel Opeña. Andrew Ortega. Sarin Kumar Patel. Maria Peña. Brian Fung. Roshan Pillay. Marlena Ponce de Leon. Gabriel Pontepiedra. Jared Pugh. Marine Raman. John Rajala. Carrie Ramos. Daniel Raya. Ryan Reinken. Luis Reyes. Shelby Reyes. Kenan Richards. Samuel Richardson. Rafaela Roque. Benjamin Rossner. Amapreet Saluja. Harika Sandhu. Shobana Sandhu. Stephanie Sandoval. Kareem Shaheen. Rahul Sharma. Rory Siegel. Natalie Siegfried. Max Silva. Joya Singh. Thomas Smith. Megan Safka. Tad Sugiyama. Daniel Sulitzer. Royce Sumayo. Zachariah Taylor. Evan Teskey. Roy Thomas. Javier Topete. Chao Tran. Molly Trejo. Selena Trichelle. Ekemini Usoro. Ann Sophie Van Backel. Catherine Vidal. Ángel Vigo. Tony Vung. Catherine Vu. Roxanne Wagner. Gregory Wallace. Allison Walworth. Mitchell Weaver. Mark Wright. Matthew Wu. Liang Shea. Pamela Yao. Corey Yates. Jason Yee. Carlos Yilat. Jennifer Urick. Ariana Zakikani. It looks like all the name practicing work, guys. I had them at the end. If you want to do it at the end.
Well, I was going to do it with the oath.
Okay.
Okay, but on the oath, I was gonna mention my thing real quick.
All right, go ahead and be seated. I'm going to have Dr. Chescu here in a second. What we're going to do, and we're going to go a little bit over time, and I hope that everyone's okay with that, and I'm sure you are, because this is going to be a historical moment today, and you are going to be saying the oath in 3 different dialects, and with that, I'm going to turn it over to Dr. Michescu, who will kick off the oath. And you got a review course on the English version. Dr. Becker gave a review course earlier, but you're going to do it again. He'll do it after our first 2, and he'll be the 3rd one. Thank you. Thank you.
I want to ask our faculty to please stand and be acknowledged. This is the team of champions that left good jobs to come to BCOM. And these are world-renowned authorities in their field. And I'd like them to also take the oath, osteopathic oath, with our partners, with our compañeros, as we call the students. So it's my great honor right now to introduce the president of the Navajo Nation, who has joined us from their capital in Window Rock, Mr. Russell Begay, to administer the oath in Diné. Mr. President. Please stand.
I got this medal, so it makes me a part of the vision and mission of Burrell College of Osteopathic Medicine, because I also see a mirage of Navajo faces one day to receive and be a part of white coat ceremony, because I know that Mr. Burrell, his commitment, the commitment of this college will make that happen. And they will say, as you mentioned, that people will say, see, it's not worth it. Why are you doing this out there among Navajo people? Why are you spending money on them? You should be doing it someplace else. Those types of things. But I see that mirage. And I know as your mirage became a reality, my mirage will also one day be a reality. So we're looking forward to that. With that, tomorrow is on Navajo Code Talkers Day. They are the ones that attributed worldwide as the people that won the war for America. And I want to say that all of you should be glad that Native Americans in this country did not build a wall around America to keep you guys out. But we shared our food, we shared our medicine, we shared our language, our culture, we shared our warriors today. We still give our lives for this country because it's great. We've been blessed with it. So with that, in Navajo, they say it's the 2nd most difficult language in the world. So with that, be ate hasti, be ate hasti, dik at a anigo, di nanish, be atenish anigi, tsida beke sezido, bich anahot ii, shich shotahot inigi, bitzis do beina, selak selahiki, be atenashni, yaat eko, shan sida kesko, do tashidenesingo, be aze ik inne, do yel ateholzini, nishligo, Ya istki patenessen do shil niligo denesh ado shenanish ado nede be ateshwal ata ol nili do aze be akha ilyed hajooko be det ani ba sistiko bohol ai ben siskensko nash nishto yatel kilto na hasam be behas ani do atis nedotze ye hadit ehegi shin nelido keda hodget ige has anigi big denish ito ya at eko ta inanigi tlato shina nishko bebe has ani do be hahodit do nidemeshko o olzen tlato be anashko ko shina nishto ashe be ate hodenisht do pa yahasingo huitesh atligi eto atesh lilta aze batahatzedi do atesh lilta aja bitch dol nte bel ntashnishi hojongo ganache bel alkil ntashnish do benne yidesh alta do tako ikeko nishi do denesh ata bitsado ihol ahi denesindo do yat eko pa yashtkito bitzilgo hotako oltrate ihol ahigi shilniligo bike sezigo nijoneko atanahat ahigi bapinesh ligo ohol ahi shiketo ndei kahi ba inishlido hinani anigo ndotze bopil hahodononi do naki niligo isja das ligi at istsen do ato nahalnago be naatzi basilahigi nas holyeh benashnishto Andrew Taylor Steele sa yaninin niligi big echo. I thought I was talking to Navajos. You guys did great. Thank you.
Buenos días, familia. Now, I will have the honor to present a delegation from Mexico who is representing the people from Chihuahua and from Mexico. And they will be spending some time with us. Dr. Jesus Benavides. He is the Dean of the School of Medicine from the University of Chihuahua. And he's here with us and will be address you, and then he will be reading the oath in Spanish. So please do the same that you are doing right now. Dr. Benavides.
Sit, please. Okay, partners, in this morning is for me a responsibility that a nervous moment, because some days ago in this country, my dear president have a ridiculous, but I think I don't president, I am doctor, and you are doctors. Well, can read these words. It's my honor to participate in this ceremony of the beautiful and friendly city of Las Cruces, with such distinguished people in medicine, government, and the community of New Mexico. In such a significant ceremony for the career of the doctor in his training, I want to read some thoughts about this special moment you are going through. The white coat is the hallmark of one of us, evokes the divine spirit and plasma intending to deepen us and cover us with this priority and purity and strengthen with this nearness. It is the hallmark of each doctor. Thank you, authorities of New Mexico. Thank you, Glenn. Glenn. He's awake? Yes. Good morning, Glenn. Okay. And thank you, Hugo, for this distinction and summoning to this moment. I can share with the sense and the responsibility that you acquire as you wear to your white coat. You just need to close your eyes and feel your heart that today beats differently. Today, you take with you knowledge and the science. The use of the white coat will always be criticized because starting from today and will be used to go to sleep all today. Others might wear a white coat, a butcher, a laboratory, an artist, but only the heart of the doctor knows and feels the power that he or she exudes. Superheroes using layers, and we'll never understand why they wear underwear over his pants. I don't know. Use mask. And in this analogy, portray how society sees them and saviors of our humanity. All the doctors only feel this responsibility. We have a commitment with the life and death. Doctors, carry a white coat and take care of the most precious and human health, their life. Congratulations for this commitment and responsibility that today you carry in your shoulders. Take care too of your inner investiture. They will always be white and glittering until death. Well, now with great respect, I can stand up, please. I am read the juramento osteopático in Spanish, and repeat with me. Ready? Por la presente ratifico mi lealtad a la profesión que estoy a punto de entrar. Seré siempre consciente de mi gran responsabilidad de preservar la salud y la vida de mis pacientes, de conservar su confianza y respeto como médico y como amigo, guardando sus secretos con escrupuloso honor y fidelidad. Realizaré fielmente mis deberes profesionales y emplearé solo aquellos métodos reconocidos de tratamiento, consistentes con el buen juicio y con mis habilidades y capacidades, teniendo en cuenta siempre las leyes de la naturaleza y la capacidad inherente del cuerpo para recuperarse. Estaré siempre vigilante para ayudar al bienestar general de la comunidad, al mantenimiento de sus leyes e instituciones, sin involucrarme en prácticas que puedan traer vergüenza o descrédito a mi persona o a mi profesión. No proporcionaré droga alguna con fines mortales, a pesar de que me lo soliciten. Me esforzaré por trabajar de acuerdo con mis colegas en un espíritu de cooperación progresiva y nunca emitiré imputaciones de palabra o por acción sobre ellos o sus prácticas legítimas. Veré con respeto y estima a todos los que me han enseñado este arte. Para mis profesores, seré leal y siempre lucharé por sus intereses y por los intereses de los estudiantes que vengan después de mí. Estaré siempre alerta para promover la aplicación de las verdades básicas biológicas al arte de la curación y el desarrollo de los principios de la osteopatía enunciados por primera vez por Andrew Taylor Steele. Muchas gracias.
And finally, last but not least, Adrian White-Faines, Executive Director of the American Osteopathic Association, to administer the osteopathic oath to us in English.
Thank you. On behalf of the American Osteopathic Association, welcome to the family, and I hope that you will now take this oath and embrace this for today and for the rest of your lives. Please follow after me. I do hereby affirm my loyalty to the profession I'm about to enter. I will be mindful always of my great responsibility to preserve the health and the life of my patients, to retain their confidence and respect, both as a physician and a friend, who will guard their secrets with scrupulous honor and fidelity, to perform faithfully my professional duties, to employ only those recognized methods of treatment consistent with good judgment and with my skill and ability, keeping in mind always nature's laws and the body's inherent capacity for recovery. I will be ever vigilant in aiding in the general welfare of the community, sustaining its laws and institutions, not engaging in those practices which will in any way bring shame or discredit upon myself or my profession. I will give no drugs for deadly purposes to any person, though it may be asked of me. I will endeavor to work in accord with my colleagues in a spirit of progressive cooperation, and never by word or by act cast imputations upon them or their rightful practices. I will look with respect and esteem upon all those who have taught me my art. To my college I will be loyal and strive always for the best interest and for the interest of the students who come after me. I will be ever alert to further the application of basic biological truths to the healing arts and to develop the principles of osteopathy, which were first enunciated by Andrew Taylor Still. Welcome to the family.
Well, there you have it. You just made history. And we are no more going to keep you and your parents any longer than we have to, because you have lunch to go eat. But we do have a closing ceremony with some music, and I believe, let's see, is Brett coming up? Brett, come up here. The other Brett's there. Brett, okay. And we got Brett the Bear coming up here as well, all right? And it says on here, closing remarks. I'm only going to say one thing other than congratulations on behalf of our Board of Trustees, the Burrell family, all the faculty and staff, the entire team. I'm going to say one thing and yell it right after me. You have to say it loud. Viva BCom! All right.